Hello, the game has started. It's me to go first. Well, an unbalanced rack, but I can sort it out with hewn. I've got a 5-letter play, getting the W doubled, but only at the expense of burning the S. So I'm minded to play short with hewn. Wow, again, just the solitary vowel. I have NG through an I. I wouldn't have a bingo, so I don't think I'm bingoing this turn. If I am, it would be through a vowel. So how to sort the rack out? G and M don't go great together. C is quite a useful bingo-y tile. And I'd like to hang on to the A, but that may not be possible. So a play of mang would leave CST, which is not bad. I don't want to leave 4 consonants. Hewn takes an S in front, which I have. Hewn takes nothing afterwards, so opponent does not have access to a double word square. 44 points, nice play. And there is an I. But yeah, I'm not seeing a bingo there. An opponent does not provide a vowel or any other vowels. So now NY is good and axe is good. So I could play man. Wow, only 24 points. The alternative I was thinking of, mang for 18. Is that worthwhile? This is a much nicer rack leave. Let me just put this back. Was I considering gam? 28. Okay, that's much better than gan. Gam does take an O in front. But this rack leave goes well with vowels, and there are now 2 in the open. I am going with this. And I draw 1 vowel, which I think is the third rack running with just the solitary vowel. But I have the C for score. I have Clint through the I. But my lead only 4 points, so if opponent bingos, I'm going to be trailing. Tentacles through A and E. Just wondering if opponent played in row D, making Ogham. Well, the A would not be in the right spot. This is a really tricky rack to score off. Mike and CH are good. So I do have tech in column 7. That is going to be pretty good if it stays available. Let's see. And I'm not seeing anything else which is particularly great. And tech would also disrupt the Ogham possibility. However, the board is available to both of us, and we are very close in score, so there's no particular advantage in shutting the board down. And certainly if I can play tech, well, LNST, they are bingo-y tiles, just unbalanced. My takes nothing in front. Zistai takes nothing after it. So if opponent does not have an O, he may have limited options. Column 4, I guess, is quite hot for hooking axe, but opponent would need an A or a U to go in front of the G. Wow, nice bingo, 62 points. The new vowels, I, A and E, and I and E. What about I and E? Could end EST. client plus EST. Not seeing a bingo there. Could end ENT. I and E. No, not seeing a play there. My tech spot remains available, and 35 points. That's pretty handy. I am going with this. Wow, fantastic. I draw a blank. Still struggling with vowels. However, opponents lead just 20 points. So, what about the available vowels? I of litanies no longer available for a bingo. Well, unless it's a 9-letter bingo with T and I, but I think I'm looking for a couple of vowels at least, so I and E is far more likely. And now an O. I've got the non-prefix. So what about, I haven't seen anything, but what if it began like this? No, not seeing anything. Could it end ing? No. What if it ended est? No. ent? No. So what am I going to do here? I'd like to play off the F. I'd like to play off one of the N's. But how can I do that? Wow, this is really lame, but I do have font. Nine points, but it does sort the rack out to some extent. This isn't the most amazing rack leave. Is this the best I can do? I don't have flint through the I because that's blocked by litanies. Anything through the I or the E is going to be face value. What about playing just FT? Oh, horrible. Well, I didn't mean that. I meant Fin. LNST, 11 points. I think font is better. Is this really the best I can do? Such a shame having no vowels at all. Having Rudo having only one, a solitary vowel now would have enabled me to have gotten more value from my F. I could play faxes. 23 points, an extra 14 points, but keeping duplicate N and 5 vowels, not good. I am going with font. I have a vowel, so what to do? I have the FUL ending. I think menseful is good. This E not in the right spot. But could there be, well, a bingo through the E would need to begin precisely 2 squares to the left. Not seeing anything. Now, TEF is good. So, do I have a 7? Let me consider the blank as a vowel. So, what about an A? No, E. I don't think full mens is good. What about an I? No. Mouflons through an O? No. What about mouflon spelled M-U-F? Does that play anywhere? It may not be good, but in any event, it doesn't play. And U, nothing. So 14 minutes on my clock, 52 tiles in the bag. So bingo's through this E. What about a play ending FUL? Not seeing anything. So what about a play through the I, supposing it ended I-U-M? Not seeing anything. What about E and I? No, not seeing anything. So how to sort the rack out? Playing off the F, playing off the U. But where best to do that? I could play Fum. Not a great keep and only 15 points. Now I have a U for Ugh, but Axe only takes an S in front. The F needs to go. What about playing Fum down here? 17 points. Opponent may play across from the M. Won't score much. Will be providing floaters. Is this the play? Now, there is a bingo lane in column 8 for bingos beginning with E. Not seeing anything with this rack. I am going with this. And I have a solitary vowel. Do I have a bingo? I have lalangs. Does that play? Don't think it does. What about a play down from the E? What about N grawls? That is ringing a bell. Is this going to bring me back into the game? N grawls could end ES. But supposing it's not good, do I have an alternative? And column 13 looks like the best lane for sevens. Let me consider the blank as a vowel. Lalangs with an A. Fantastic. Opponent does create a new lane. Where best to play? So I don't think there's any difference between column 8 and column 15. Let's see if this works. And it doesn't. Okay. So, opponent's play has not created a lalang spot. But surely this E is useful. What do I have? I think Lang's spill is good. The I's not in the right spot. Spalling is good with the blank as a P. So I do have a row J bingo. That is definitely good. So 11 minutes to go, 46 tiles in the bag. Do I have a better bingo? Do I have a bingo through the Z? Not seeing anything. So I think I am looking for 8-letter bingos with an E. And GLL not particularly promising, but I think it's worth a quick look. So this would be 2 E's. So that's the ING ending. Not seeing anything. 3 L's, unlikely. Although Lallings may be good. Smalling. Lallings doesn't play because of the E. Gallons as a 7. Does that play anywhere? No, it doesn't. That's spalling. And that puts the P over the triple word square. Let me just go back to my place. Langrels. Is that good? I think it is. I think it is. Langrels for 59. Fantastic. And that's much safer than sticking an S in column 1. Wow, look at this. I've got the Q with the U. And I only trail by 40 points. And, well, the vowels are coming out to play. And they go well with the Q. But are there any hot Q spots? Well, QI is good, so I could play Qua. Which would be a 30-point play, pretty handy. What about a play beginning EQ? Not seeing one. 3 eyes to come. Now I have an O for Ogham. Do I have a play with O in 5th place? No, I don't think I do. S in the wrong spot for Sequoia. What about row A? Do I have any 6-letter Q plays? Nope, I don't think so. I have Quat and Quit. What about getting the Q tripled? Not seeing a way of doing that. So, slim-ish pickings. Tef takes an F and an S. But the other F, has it been played? Yes, font. V takes nothing next to it, so column 12 not available. I did stop the Langrel's process when I got to R. Perhaps I should have continued. Not that I've seen anything additional, but there were only a few letters to go. I guess I was slightly mindful of the time with 39 tiles still in the bag. An opponent taking a while with this play. And he plays Tivy. Wow, nearly Kiviot. Just a couple of tiles short. So I don't think opponents provided anything. Nothing goes on the end of Tivy. Oh, well, what about just Quiver? Is this the best I've seen? It's 38 points. That's pretty good. Still a blank to come. I think I'm at risk of having a ton of vowels. But what can I do about that? Still 2 U's to come for an easy 30-point play. So this is risky. I have Roke on my rack. Do I have a 5-letter play in column 14? This rack looks really good at first sight with Q, U and vowels, but I'm just struggling to see many plays. Nothing with the Z. What about lanes I haven't considered? No. Well, I think this is going to be a volatile play. If opponent's got a U, he's got an easy comeback. And if I draw a ton of vowels, then I'm in a tricky spot. But what would be better? What about Qua here? It's vowel heavy. Takes a ton of floaters. And the board is fairly blocked. I think I will play Quiver. Yeah, and the alternative... what about A Quiver? That's better, because I'm only keeping 1 vowel. Yeah, this is better. A Quiver for 42. Wow, look at that horror show. However, I do have one of the 2 remaining U's, so I can play Qua, hanging on to my 4 precious O's, and with 3 more to come. Just 17 points between us. A Quiver takes nothing, whereas Quiver took an S and a Y, so definitely a much better play. 29 tiles to come. What if Qua is blocked? This has got to be a very close rack for a change. Just looking to see if I had Uzu, and I don't. 4 O's is awful, especially with 3 to come. I'd be looking to play off 3 of them ideally, and I don't think I can do that. I have no scoring tiles. This rack is a walking tragedy. Ogum is good, but that's no use to me. I can play Ureo, but that's retaining 3 O's, and 3 O's must be worth about between -10 and -15. And it's only 15 points for the play, so I think changing is better, and there is still a blank to come. Wow, look at that. The R is a decent tile worth about +2, but there are 4 to come. Makes me think it's worthwhile changing all 7 if Qua is blocked. Opponent again taking a while on his play. However, he does have 4 more minutes than me. Let me check the remaining vowels. 14. Oh, wow, fantastic bingo by opponent. There goes the blank. And I now trail by 100, so I'm in pretty wretched shape. But surely Qua is better than changing. 36 points. It's pretty close, actually. Pretty close, but I think Qua is better than changing. Qua takes an A in front. Wow, great bingo by opponent. Yeah, I can't turn down 36 points. This rack leave is going to be, it's not going to be worse than -36, although it might be close. I'm going with this. And no scoring tiles, no A for Aqua. However, I do have an O for Ogum, so I can play Oda or Ordu, keeping double OR, so I can play through this. I do need a bingo to have any chance of winning, but even with a bingo, I think I'm likely to lose. $20 tiles in the bag. I'm just wondering if Zistide does take a C. I thought it took nothing. Oh, wow, opponent takes my O spot. Ogum takes nothing in front. So, what to do? What does Roo score? 18. Yeah, I think that's better than changing. Roo takes a B. There's 1 B to come. I may draw it. Oh, and 2 Ps. So that's not so great. What about getting value from the Z? No. OL, not good. 16 tiles to come. I was checking the vowels. 10 out of 23, slightly vowel dry. What about a play down through the W? So I have wood, but I would be looking to get the play doubled. So what about playing rude for 23? I think this is the play. If opponent plays in column 1, he may be opening a lane. He may have to take out this R with a low score, although B, H, J, K and P. He's probably got something pretty handy. So what's better than this? Really not seeing anything. I think this game is lost. But I'm not seeing anything with more winning chances than rude. So I have an H, not great, in the sense that I'm not seeing a bingo with this rack. And there are very few lanes. Wow, opponent leaves column 1 alone. Interesting. Plays pair for 16. So what, do I have any way of getting the H doubled? It doesn't go well after the R. Ten tiles left. So I can play Horner for 30, which would take me to 299. Yeah, still one bingo away from opponent, and I would be creating a lane in column 2, and there's already lanes in rows O and L. Is there a way of preserving my E in this spot? Well, yes, surely horror. Yeah, for 30 points, and this is a better rack leave. I am going with this. Well, not a million miles away from a bingo. Oh, wow, through ST, I think I would have app new stick, but this die certainly does not take a P. Just 51 ahead of opponent, so opponent is not home and dry. 5 tiles in the bag, but opponent is still a massive favourite. I'm not seeing a 7 with this rack. Where are the 3 minutes on my clock? Where are the lanes? Well, there's a 7-letter lane in column 2, which I don't have. What about the floating A? Not seeing anything. Floating I? No. So those are the 8-letter lanes. What are the 2-letter sets? There's OW. That's pretty weak. ST not available. No, so I don't have a bingo. I guess it all depends how many tiles opponent leaves in the bag. If he leaves 1, I play off just the U. If he leaves 2, 2 or more, I think I play off U and P somewhere. I wonder what opponent was thinking when he played pair, or what his rack leave was. I'm thinking he must have been close to a bingo and was hopeful of one either in column 1 or row O. If opponent empties the bag, I may look to get value from Aqua. Well, let's see if opponent comes back. And opponent is back. I'm not seeing any extensions of horror. Certainly not with my rack. No blanks or S's to come. 6 vowels out of 12 tiles, so very balanced pool of unseen tiles. Just 3 minutes on my clock. So if I do get to play off P and U, where is best? I have up and us, pus and perp, 15 points. Techie is good. I don't know if there was a Y available at any point. Tivy and Zisty, so only when opponent had Tivy. R only takes an E next to it. I'm still looking for PU spots. Oh, wow. Fantastic bingo by opponent. 89 points. Well, that seals his victory. So, how to minimise the losing spread. Opponent is not going out in 1. So, can I go out in 2? And surely I can, although I am a little short on time. Pi is good. So I've got Neep. Can I go out with ICU? I have Hewick. Do I have a second spot? I think that may remain available. I can't see opponent playing. Well, he's got JA, so possibly. Do I have an alternative spot for UCI? Oh, good grief. NN not good. Let me retrieve that. So, how to get value from... So I have Peen for 25. Still with Hewick available. And surely opponent's going to be drawn to Bandiera for his J. I think I'm short on time. 25 points. I don't think I'm going to get much more than that. So only Hewick available at the moment. Perk is good. Nothing through the R. I have Qit in row I, so I'm definitely going out with this. 12 points in row A and 9 in row I. Six minutes on opponent's clock. Yes, opponent does play down the bottom of the board. So Hewick for 12. And the final score, 350 for me, 477 for opponent, a winning margin of 127 points. So well done to opponent. Let's see what I missed. Wow, what a game. In touch until just before the end when opponent bingoed after his return. So it was me to go fast. I thought about these five-letter plays. However, my preference was to play a shorter play and retain the S. Opponent's rack has Zisti. Now, what do? I played Gam. I could have played Cam. Yeah, interesting, slightly more points. And Cam takes an S, which I have. And G and N do have some synergy, but so do C and N. So I don't think there's a huge amount between those. Fantastic bingo by opponent with litanies. Now I have tech for 35 and a trail by about 20, which remains the case for a while. So Boat for opponent. Few, no miss bingo here, and look how low the scores are. What do? I play font for 9, FNT, keeping LNS blank. Flaxes for 24, keeping blank NNT. 15 more points, but the S is worth 8 to 10, and the duplicate tile is worth about -5, so I think my play is fine. Opponent plays V-Day. Wow, I was just waiting for a bingo to pop up there. And I play Fum for 17, and again, this is only 10 off or 11 off the top score and retains the S, so my move is close to the top play and it retains the S. Opponent plays Metzi, and now I trail by 100. However, wow, this is where I spent a while looking for a bingo, and there's 10 million of them. So G13, Gelance. G13, oh, through this E. Yeah, nice. So that's quite a lot more points than my 59. So there were 18 more points available. Lang spell, B13. Oh, wow. Okay, that would have been nice, making Tefs. Ballsing, J1. Yeah, and now we're down to the 60 and 59, which is where my move lay, and avoided opening column 1. So it was just the top 2 plays which were significantly better. Now, nice rack for opponent. Missed bingo. Wow. Plays Tivy. Could have played Sylvanite through the I. Wow, through the I and the E. So both of these are 9-letter plays and unitively in the same row. Very, very difficult to see and very low probability. So no shame in missing those. Now, this was a very interesting rack. Took me quite a while to spot a quiver. And there were a few other 30-point plays. Quiver and quaver are basically the same play, but J5. Oh, QUAI, interesting, keeping EOR. Yeah, that might have been a decent alternative because I have the R for hooking that. Now, I think opponent was always going to do well with this rack. Has 10 million bingos, including Beelings for 84. And I trail by 100. I'm in dreadful shape with this rack. I play Qua for 36, and I still think that's the right thing to do. When you trail by such a long margin, you can't turn down 36 points, and you've really got to hope that even with a dreadful rack leave that you can just keep pushing through and that you'll get a bingo. Although my chances of winning are very low at this point. So I play Rude for 23, setting up a triple lane. Interesting, opponent plays PER. Let's just see what he's got. Yeah, opponent plays PER, keeping Diner, which is worth about 18 points. And he does have a choice of lanes, so I think that was a fine play. I play Horror. Yeah, and I think EN is the best of these three rack leaves. Now, this is where opponent went missing, and when he came back, he had this amazing rack. Plays Bandiira, could also have played Brained at L1 and making Da. So, my final rack, I trail by 140 points. No bingo. And I play Peen for 25, but N2. Oh, Peen was playable in row N for slightly more. Opponent's rack plays Joe, and now I have Hewick for 12. So, what a game. Absolutely brutal stuff. Fantastic bingos by opponent with Beelings and Bandiira, and also litanies to help him on his way to victory. But as always, lots of fascinating racks to consider and decisions to make. So many congratulations to opponent on his victory. I hope you enjoyed watching that game. Like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.